welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you for spending your morning with us on this Thursday. And as we touched on before the break, October, of course, marks Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a time to educate and also inspire and empower as we reflect on the countless lives that have been touched by this disease. Now, over the years, we know that Woolworths and MySchool have worked with several NGOs to support breast cancer initiatives and also to raise funds towards this cause. And today, I'm really excited to get into this conversation. Project Flamingo COO Lou Stone, as well as breast cancer survivor Kathy Stanley, join us to share insights on breast cancer awareness initiatives and Kathy's personal journey as well and the importance of early detection. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I love the brightness of the colors. It's the first thing that caught my eye, the pink as well as the yellow. Yes, summer is here, but we're also celebrating today so many good things. I mean, I want to get into conversation with you first, Lo, all around Project Flamingo. I mean, what you guys do is so incredible. You clearly wear it proudly on your chest. Can you tell us a little bit more about Project Flamingo and the cause you, of course, are supporting?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for having us, and it's extra special to have Kathy with us this morning, a Flamingo patient, join us. We've been around for 14 years, and I think it's important to contextualize why we've been around for 14 years. The public health sector is under severe constraint, and there's a sort of rising burden of breast cancer diagnosis, not just at home, but globally. We see this every single day, and it's very important that to understand that in a resource-constrained environment with a rising burden, you're going to definitely have waiting periods that get too long for treatment, and that is why we existed and why we still exist and started 14 years ago. We have interventions that really target the vulnerable spaces, the vulnerable sort of gaps in this public sector to really fast track and help women along on this journey. Women are, more women are diagnosed with breast cancer than males. Males also get it, but it's by far more women. And we have to know that as well. And we're really here to help alleviate that burden and really get people to the equitable cancer care that they need, because everything we do comes from this belief that it's a fundamental human right. Women are the pillars of society, they're the fabric of communities, and we cannot let a disease like this, affect them in that way. So the work we do is, as I said, it fills those gaps, and what we're probably most famous for, what people know us for, is our catch-up surgery program. We use volunteer surgeons and anaesthetists, and I want to express my absolute gratitude for these people who spend their Saturdays and help patients like Kathy to get the equitable cancer care and the treatment that they deserve. But we know that cancer, a diagnosis, is multi-layered. It's exceptionally complex, and the psychosocial part of a patient's well-being is very important. So we have a patient support program where we give them pamper packs when they're first diagnosed, just to really just connect with the patient, to make them feel seen. We have food parcels for chemotherapy patients, you won't believe, that are actually hungry, which is a massive problem. And then resources, educational breast cancer companions to help them understand what their body's going through. So that's our patient support. And then finally, we've got a health system strengthening program where we fund extra doctors, a psychologist. We pay for machinery to be, functional, because otherwise we can't treat and we can't diagnose. And cancer is a time-based disease. You cannot sit in a system where people are just not helped, and it's a human right, and that is why we're still here and why we're probably going to be around for a very long time.
Well, we hope so, Lo. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, the passion that you speak with just makes me feel like, okay, God forbid, but if anything should happen, like, we are in good hands, I mean, Kathy, maybe we could talk about your experience with...
I experienced everything Lou's been talking about. The support, Project Flamingo, has been amazing. Really, really. From the diagnosis, I went to Grooteskuur. I had a mammogram. Cancer was found. What I noticed was that my left nipple started inverting and the breast actually started changing shape at the end of last year. And then I was encouraged to get seen to, and a date was set 2 months away. So that waiting that you talked about, you're waiting. It was the longest wait.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And once I'd been diagnosed, it was the hardest part was telling my loved ones. Yeah, that was very emotional and hard. So when I went for that to be prepped on that date, you've mentally prepared yourself,
of course,
and I was mapped. Your breasts are you're outlined, and where they're going to remove them, cut, surgery, and then injected with dye.
Sure.
And you wait, no food, no water. And I waited for my name to be called the next day, and it did. I did get called, but it wasn't for the op.
Oh.
They told me there was no time, and they'd run out of time. The first patient was a complicated case, so I would be upped in 2 months' time again. So that's when Project Flamingo came into my life, actually, and journeyed. I was told I'd be operated on Saturday, the catch-up surgery program. And actually it was with relief, because my friend and I had Googled Project Flamingo. I'd received a care package that Lou was talking about while I was at the breast clinic at Groote Schuur. And we'd explored. It was truly one of those packages that make you feel so special and loved and nurtured, because you're in this environment that's you've just been shocked out of your mind.
Absolutely.
You're wondering how much more time you've got left to live.
Sure.
Is it what is my family going to say?
Absolutely.
My friends, my community. So I'm very grateful to Project Flamingo for the journey and for the catch-up surgery. I had the most amazing team, staff, volunteers. I mean, these people volunteer their Saturday.
Their time,
it's
their
precious.
skills.
I mean, they're so busy anyway, and here they are, and they're making you feel so special. It's just
And a reminder, because you are, Kathy, you know, and sometimes you forget that perhaps in those moments where you have these existential questions that you're faced with. But I love that, you know, they also recognize the value of human beings. I mean, to your point, Lou, to say it is a basic right for every single human being. And I'm so glad you were on the receiving end of that. I mean, yes, feel good stories. This is what we are here for. So, Lou, thank you for your work with Project Flamingo. And also, Kathy, thank you for sharing your story. That was really beautiful. Just quickly, where can people find Project Flamingo online?
Yes, so www.projectflamingo.co.za. We're on the socials. Yeah, it's very easy to find us over there. I want to mention this thing that Kathy didn't mention, and that she, before her op, went and raised 50,000 Rand for Project Flamingo by running with a flamingo strapped to her back and handing everybody our banking details. So she's inspired me beyond, and I'm just super grateful to be here.
Oh, stop it. Goosebumps all around. I would have loved to see that scene of you with the flamingo on your back. I love that, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us today. In 2023, Woolworths and the MySchool program helped raise over 120,000 Rand in donations for NGOs dedicated to addressing breast cancer, including, of course, our beloved Project Flamingo. I love boobies as well. Love that name. Breast Health Foundation's Pink Drive, Breasts a Cause for Nurses, and Pink Trees for Pauline. Now, to support this cause, all you have to do is simply add your preferred organization as your MySchool beneficiary, and a portion of your spend will be donated each time you shop. And remember, as we've said from the beginning of the show, early detection really does save lives. So perform regular self-screening, self-examinations, and of course consult your doctors if you discover anything that's irregular, anything that's a little bit odd for you and your body. That's where we leave this conversation for now, but we still have some feel good on the other side of this out in Jozi. Zanele, what's going down?